Guys, I am so impressed with how well you are listening and facing forward and sitting questions. Can anyone tell me what we've been studying and reading? Jess?
Life cycles.
Life cycles. Life cycles of animals. Very good. And what happens during a life cycle? Anaya?
Usually, they go through different stages in life. Usually, like, if something has babies, it starts to see their babies and
Awesome answer. So it goes through stages. And does it stay the same through those stages, Anna?
remember if the animal looks like their parents, then it will. But if it doesn't, like, for example, a cat, a frog doesn't look like a frog. When it's born, it starts as a tiny egg, and then it turns into a tadpole. Then it sheds its skin, and then becomes a bigger tadpole. Then it grows legs, then it grows front. Then it goes front legs, and then it becomes a frog.
Awesome. So it went through a lot of changes. Can anyone tell me something else in nature that changes? Jordan, why?
Plants.
Plants. Today we're going to be reading a book called The Tiny Seed. The Tiny Seed. Has anyone read this book before? Some of you have, but some of you haven't. So hands down. Hands down. And let's go ahead and look. It's by Eric Carle. The Tiny Seed. So what do we think it's possibly about? Ariana? Tiny seed. What do you think might happen? Can anyone make a prediction for me? Carter?
The seed's going to turn into a big sunflower.
You think that the seed might turn into a big sunflower? Let's find out. It's autumn. Friends, let's turn off our voices. It's autumn. A strong wind is blowing. It blows flower seeds high in the air and carries them far across the land. One of the seeds is tiny, smaller than any of the others. Will it be able to keep up with the others? And where are they all going? Can anyone tell me where they think they might be going? Someone who hasn't read the book before. Zach?
I think they might be going far away.
You think they might travel far away? Let's find out. One of the seeds flies higher than the others. Up, up it goes. It flies too high, and the sun's hot rays burn it up. But the tiny seed sails on with the others. Friends, can someone help me find the tiny seed in the picture? Sante, can you point it out to everyone? That's the one that burned up. Can someone find me? Joe?
It's a teeny tiny.
Very good. It's a tiny, tiny one all the way over here. So now we know. Another seed lands on a tall, icy mountain. The ice never melts, and the seed cannot grow. The rest of the seeds fly on, but the tiny seed does not go as fast as the others. Uh-oh, it's falling behind. Now they fly over the ocean. One seed falls into the water and drowns. The others sail on with the wind, but the tiny seed does not go as high as the others. It's almost touching the waves. One seed drifts down to the desert. It is hot and dry, and the seed cannot grow. Now the tiny seed is flying very low. But the wind pushes it on with the others. It's flying along. Finally, the wind stops and the seeds fall gently down on the ground. A bird comes by and eats one seed. The tiny seed is not eaten. It is so small and the bird does not see it. What other books did we read where things weren't able to be seen? Press? Mixed Up Chameleon. And why wasn't he able to be seen? Was it because he was really small? Because he changed colors. Can someone remember what that was called when he changed colors? Jess? Camouflage? Camouflage. Very good, you guys. Now it's winter, and after their long trip, the seeds settle down. They look just as if they're going to sleep Snow falls and covers them with a soft white blanket. A hungry mouse also lives in the ground. He eats a seed for his lunch, but the tiny seed lies very still, and the mouse does not see it. Now it is spring. After a few months, the snow has melted. It is really spring. Birds fly by, the sun shines, rain falls. The seeds grow so round and full that they start to burst open a little at a time.
Okay, you have
Now they are not seeds anymore.
and then we are
Friends, does anyone remember what happens to a seed? Scott? They are going to sprout. Very good. They are plants. First, they send roots down into the earth. Their little stems and leaves begin to grow up towards the sun and the air. There is another plant that grows much faster than the new little plants. It is a big, fat weed, and it takes all the sunlight and the rain away from one of the small new plants. And the little plant dies. But the tiny seed hasn't begun to grow yet. It will be too late. Hurry! But finally, it starts to grow into a plant. Can anyone find the big weed? The big weed? Can you find it for me, Alex? Very good. The warm weather also brings the children out to play. They have been waiting for the sun and the springtime too. One child doesn't see the plants as he runs along, and oh, he breaks one. Now it cannot grow anymore. The tiny plant that grew from the tiny seed is growing fast, but its neighbor grows even faster. Before the tiny plant has 3 leaves, and the other plant has 7. And look, a bud, and now even a flower. But what is happening? First there are footsteps, then a shadow looms over them. Then a hand reaches down and breaks off the flower. What do you guys think the hand is doing? What do you think the hand is doing, Sam? You think maybe the hand is picking the flower? You might be right. Let's find out. A boy has picked the flower to give to a friend. It is summer. Now the tiny plant from a tiny seed is all alone. It grows on and on. It doesn't stop. The sun shines on it and the rain waters it. It has many leaves. It grows taller and taller. It is taller than the people. It is taller than the trees. It is taller than the houses. And now a flower grows on it. People come from far and near to look at this flower. It is the tallest flower they have ever seen. Wow. It is a giant flower.
It's the tallest flower.
Can anyone tell me, friends, can anyone tell me why the tiny seed was able to grow when all of the other seeds died?
I'm still looking.
Very good. A lot of other things happened. Sky, you want to help out? You want to add to that? No? All summer long, the birds and the bees and the butterflies come visiting. They have never seen such a big, beautiful flower.
I bet they want to.
Friends. Now it is autumn again. The days grow shorter, the nights go cooler, and the wind carries yellow and red leaves past the flower. Some petals drop from the giant flower, and they sail along with the bright leaves over the land and down to the ground. The wind blows harder. The flower has lost almost all of its petals. It sways and bends from the wind, but the wind shakes the flower, and this time, the flower's tiny seed pod opens. Out come many tiny seeds that quickly sail far away on the wind. Boys and girls, what do you think is going to happen with all of the seeds that just blew away? Press?
I think those plants are going to grow into gigantic
I think you might be right. Boys and girls, what do you think is similar between the flower's life cycle and the animals
And
that
then
you've
you
been
guys
studying.
may get in line.
Is there anything similar? Matt?
At the end of the life cycle, it starts over again.
It does start over again. So plants, just like animals, have a life cycle and it just keeps going. What would happen if that life cycle suddenly stopped? Sky?
And that was the whole seeds that was on the flower, plus the flower will die.
Very good. So if a plant were to die, then the life cycle stops. But because this plant made it all the way through all the seasons, it was able to send off of its seeds and more plants will grow. Thank you guys. Can you quietly go back to your desks for me?